What's up, fam? Welcome back to the Iron Palace. I'm Ryan Milton, the host of this show we run for you every single Tuesday, where basically I want to give you the tools, the tips, and the strategies you need to know about your training, no matter who you are and what your goals are, to elevate you to that next level so you can build an entire palace full of them gains. And that's what this show is dedicated towards. We do it every single Tuesday. Please make sure you subscribe, and if you get anything out of the show, please share it. Today, we're going to talk about tempo and how to tempo your reps for better progression, how you can get better results doing tempos. I'm going to give you a sample tempo kind of workout or recommendation, in other words, you can try. It's going to help you 10x on your gains, okay? It's seriously going to change the game for you. So first thing you got to understand about all this is the tempo is something that a lot of people seem to forget in the gym. No matter what goal you're training for, you could be trying to lose weight even, you could be trying to burn body fat even, you might be, in gym person just trying to build a little bit of muscle, you might be competitor, somebody who's trying to, whatever reason you're training with weights, okay, which should be all of you, any of you with any goal, you know what I mean? Weight training should be a part of your health and fitness regimen for sure, okay? So that's the first thing you understand. And a lot of people get scared because they think it's gonna make them injured, you're gonna hurt themselves, or whatever's gonna happen. They stick to doing a lot of cardio, or they just don't know what to do. And in reality, if that's you, you're just cheating yourself all the progress you can make, right? So you gotta make sure that you understand weight training is important, but it's actually most important that you do it correctly, right? Go figure that weight training done improperly is not gonna be good for you. It's not gonna be good for your health, it's not gonna be good for your wellness, it's not gonna be good for your results, it's not gonna be good all the damn hell around, okay? And so I got a little tweak for you and how you can fix it, and that's your tempo, okay? And I'm gonna tell you exact recommendations for that in a minute, but first you gotta understand exactly what I'm talking about. So how your tempo is, and what I'm talking about is the tempo of the actual repetition, okay? So when you follow a weight training program, you got your sets, you got your reps, okay? So you have X amount of sets of X amount of reps. Let's say 3 for 10 for right now. So 3 sets of 10 reps. And how you do a tempo is actually how the tempo of each part of that rep occurs. I could go way scientific on you. For the lack of sounding real boring, I'm gonna tell you just up and down, okay? So let's take example, a curl, okay? So if you have your curl and you're about to do a curl, the down portion of the lift would be here as the weight is lowering, and the bringing it up portion of the lift would be as we drop back in, okay? So this is terrible form, obviously, for a curl, but the idea of the action would be out and up. Squat, same thing. The down portion of the lift is where we lower the weight, and then standing up will be the lifting portion of it. Same for pull downs, things like that. You got to think about the weight stack is doing on these cable machines, okay? So like literally as you are pulling the pull down into you, you're actually lifting it then, and then as that weight stack drops down, that's gonna be the other portion of the lift, okay? So basically we're looking at the eccentric and concentric portions of the lift. Again, could go way too scientific, so I'm gonna avoid doing that so you can understand what I'm saying and actually apply this stuff. But yeah, the tempo of the rep happens on each part, okay? So there's a lot of variances in tempos, but for example, we'll talk about a 4-1, all right? So a 4-1 tempo would be 4 seconds down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 second up, all right? And so this is gonna allow you to get a lot of tension on that muscle. For an example, actually seeing it, do it with me, get your arm out, go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, we keep it honest, 4 seconds, 1, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, and you would do that for 10 reps. Talking about our analogy, 3 sets of 10. Each rep would be a 4-1 tempo. So 4 seconds, honest seconds of lowering the weight, 1 second of drawing it back in. And now what this does for your body, right? What this does for your actual muscle building capabilities is keeps full tension on the muscle, and also makes sure you're not cheating. One of the biggest issues I see with people, right, is that they're rocking the weights. They're cheating it. Some guy be doing curls like this, and he's throwing his whole body into it. Somebody's falling into a squat and barely standing up. People are deadlifting with rounded backs. They're cheating because they're not actually putting tension on the muscle. Well, in reality, muscles are only built with tension, right? So like this is what people don't get. Weight does not build muscle. Weight is another way to apply tension to a muscle. But you can also apply tension to a muscle via doing things like a tempo. Right? So the more weight I use, the more tension I apply to the bicep, but I can do more tension at the same time with less weight and better form doing a tempo. So a lot of people think, weight is everything. No, form is everything, and proper tempo is everything. The longer that muscle spends time under tension, literally training it, right? Because every second I'm doing this and that, it's under tension, it's going to respond in a better way. As we put tension under muscles, we force them then to have to create a new stimulus and adapt and grow, break down those muscle fibers, recover them, and grow new muscle. So if you're trying to add shape to your physique, you're trying to get stronger, you're trying to build muscle for any way, that's how you do it, right? You're doing it through tension. A lot of people think it's through weight. Weight just adds more tension. But in reality, tempos are actually better, and if you can do a good, nice, heavy weight with a great tempo, even better, right? It's gonna be even better for your results. And I tell you not, I'm kidding you not. You can cut years and years off of weight training and get super awesome results doing a tempo. And a lot of people don't know how they need to structure this, how you need to bring it in, right? So how do you know what you need to do a tempo on? How do you know where the tempos go? How do you know what exercises to do it? And which part of the lift? Well, if you want extra help and you want to get serious about that, go to teamfflex.com right now and subscribe to my free trial on there. It'll be on the pop-up. And one of my coaches will help you figure that out. We'll do that for free. It's totally free. We're not selling you nothing, okay? If you don't do that, you're crazy. Otherwise, you got to remember, like I was saying, it's always on the down portion of the lift that is that slower bit, okay? So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that would be on a 4-1 tempo. There's also variances of other tempos, okay? So sometimes I'll have clients do like a 3-2 where they're doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And again, I'm showing you the range of motion on a curl kind of idea, and it would not stop. It'd be much more fluid. I'm trying to give you the example and the expression of the tempo, but there wouldn't be no stop. It would flow right through. You'd be going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. You know what I mean? There's no stop. There's no pause. And what that does is it puts full tension on the bicep. So if I really want to grow my arms, if I was training arms and I really want to work on the bicep and isolate it, that's going to be the best way to do it. Because for one, it's going to force you to have way better form, right? You're not going to be able to rock. You're not going to be able, you could rock and you could cheat, but in reality, when you're lifting too heavy, that's when you do those the most. So this really enables you to actually focus on your form better, get everything in the right spot, and train it with the right tempo. And that changes the game for the kind of results that you can get, okay? Because imagine if you did this on a squat, where, a lot of people get back pain on a squat or on a deadlift or whatever because they're trying to do too much weight, and then they wonder why they're not growing. And in reality, it's because you have no tension on the muscle. If you're jerking the weights, if you're, rocking them, if you're cheating them, you're cheating yourself of results, and you're also going to cause yourself probably some, damage to your joints, your cartilage, things like this. You can hurt yourself severely, actually tear different, connective tissue and stuff like that by cheating the weights. So if you want the best results and you want longevity, the much better option is to do a tempo. And a lot of people right out the gate, I know this is a lot of your concerns. You're like, what? But I'm going to have to drop weight. There's no way I could take my current weight I'm doing and do a tempo like that. And you know what? You're probably right. You're probably lifting with too much weight. Because again, the whole culture of fitness training and things like that has always revolved around, more weight and less emphasis on form. But in reality, it should be more and more better emphasis on your form and then a weight that works for that, okay? So like, yeah, you need to progress weight. Yeah, you need to get stronger. Yeah, you need to continue to build up. But first things first, you always got to have that form in check. If your form goes out of line, if your form goes out of check, it's game over. You're not going to be in a good spot to get results. And even if you do get them, they're going to be way less. You probably get 10% of the results cheating weights and doing all that, working the same effort as if you just did the tempo and you did the right weight for you. You get 10 times better results. And that's what I said earlier, and I mean it. It's true in reality. I've worked with so many clients, thousands over the years, and I've seen this constantly. You know what I mean? I program tempos into a lot of different programs. People that want to burn fat, they get tempos. People that want to lose weight, they get tempos. People that want to build muscle, they get tempos. Competitors get tempos. Everybody gets tempos. Even people that are high performance sport athletes get tempos, because what it does is it allows full proprioception of the body, which is basically your awareness of where your body's at in space. Your brain you can think of it like your brain connecting a GPS map to your body, and it lets you activate those muscles better. It lets you fire them better. It lets you keep better form. It just, in reality, you will train in a much more functional and better manner if you can fully control the weights and the things that you're doing, right? And so this is not counterintuitive to any functional type exercise and things like that you might be doing too, but no matter what type of exercise exercise you're doing, you're always going to be doing the fundamental movement patterns, right? Obviously, a bodybuilder is going to train differently than, let's say, a CrossFitter or something like that. But in reality, they're still training similar movements. We're doing a push, we're doing a pull, we're doing overhead presses, we're doing squats, we're doing deadlifts, hinges, things like this. We can't get away from these things because these are all fundamental movement patterns of human nature, right? They're just the way that we move as human beings, twist, rotation, anti-rotation, all these different things that are going to be affected, and you can tempo them and you can actually train them a lot better. And then, if they are something you need speed on, like let's say you're a powerlifter and you need to learn to lift weights really, really fast, they're still going to be very beneficial to you because you still have that short pop on all those. You just don't want to do a longer tempo as you lift. But even if you did, it'd probably help you in the end. Because in reality, no matter what, when we apply tempos, when we bring tempos into your training, it changes the game for how your body's going to respond. And again, like I said earlier, you can cut off years and years of trying to, get results and having to build the foundation of muscle and all this if you learn how to do this the right way and you learn how to use the right weights, in other words, right? And you can do the right form, because a lot of people, this is like the biggest thing in the gym, and why I want to cover it today on Iron Palace is because this is insane, that the amount of people in the gym that lift with poor form, they lift with too much weight, they're injuring themselves, they're doing all these different things that are just not ideal for you if you're trying to get results, right? And because you're not going to the gym to throw weights around and have fun and then go home, I would think, right? You're not trying to, in other words, jerk weights, throw weights, do all this different stuff that's not going to lead to a result. You're in the gym because you're trying to get to a result. You either want to burn fat, you want to build muscle, you want to compete. And so if you're in the gym and you're already going to be there for an hour, you're already going to be there for a half hour or maybe more, right? You got to make sure that you're doing things that are going to be productive for actually getting you towards that end game goal. And all the time, jerking the weights, throwing the weights around, having bad form is never going to get you there. If you learn how to do the right form with the proper tempo, it's going to change the game for you. Another thing people might be, some of you might be thinking right now, right, is like, okay, cool, I get the whole tempo idea, I understand it, but I don't understand the actual form that I need to be doing, right? And, there's a lot of ways you can learn the form. You could get a trainer in the gym that can help you with some form, or better yet, you can go to teamfflex.com right now and subscribe to the trial, and you'll get in our free coaching app where there's videos on how to do each exercise fully coached to you, just like you get from a trainer. Cool part is you don't have to pay $60 to $120 for a session. You can get it for free on our website right now, teamfflex.com, if you are serious about learning better form. In reality, everybody has a little bit different form, okay? Like there's some basics, some things that are concrete for everyone that you absolutely don't want to change, you don't want to jeopardize, right? Like nobody should be doing a deadlift with a rounded back. But the position of their feet is going to be different for each person. And this is because our skeletal structure actually dictates the way we can lift. Like the way that I do a curl is probably different than some other people do a curl. And the way that other people are going to do a push-up or a deadlift or a squat is going to be totally different than I do it. And it's because we have different structures. We have different skeletal structures. Our bones are different lengths, different heights. Our bodies weigh different amounts. We're all structurally different. And so that means our form will always be a little bit different too. And the advantage here of getting a coach or something like that and checking out the trial would be that you can learn a form that's going to be more built for you, right? You can have somebody tell you, okay, actually looking at you, you're doing this, we're seeing this here, I can see it on your app, whatever, that this isn't the way you should be doing it. You should actually try this, put your feet out a little bit wider, press a little bit at a different angle, see how it's feeling. And a lot of times the body will tell you, right? The body's going to tell you if you're doing things right or wrong, because it's going to hurt. You're going to feel pain. You either feel it in the moment or you're going to feel it down the road. And pain is something we want to avoid all the time when we're in the gym, when we're training. Because again, this is about health, this is about wellness, this is about you getting to your goal. And if you want to do it, the best way to do it, in my opinion, honestly, if you want to clean up your form instantly and you want to get better results, it's to tempo your reps. So here's some sample ideas of tempos you can do, right? I really like the 4-1. I program that for a lot of different people, and I do it for like 8 reps. So like an 8 to 10 rep range, 3-4 sets, and that allows about 40 to 50 seconds of constant tension on the muscle. So again, talking about how tension works and all that, and how that actually helps you build the muscle. If you do 40 to 60 seconds on a tension of a muscle every set, you're getting a lot more benefit, right? Like if you think about this, as I go 4 down, 1 up, I'm getting, by the time I've done 8 reps, 40 seconds. I'm getting 40 seconds of work in there. And compared to if I did 4 sets of curls like this, like we see in the gym all the time, that person might be getting, maybe 20 seconds between all their sets total of actual tension on the muscle. So to go from 40 seconds every set to, to go from like 20 seconds every set like most people get, or less, right? Most people probably get 10 a set, to now 40, that's gonna change the game for you. You're doing 4 times the work in the gym in the same amount of time, the same session length that you would, doing it the other way and cheating the reps. So that's a good tempo for you. I mentioned the 3-2, 3 seconds down, 2 seconds up. Great again. Just another way to mix it up, vary the body. You can do things like 3-3. You can do longer ones. You can do different pauses. You can throw pauses in there too. Like, here's something to try if you really want something messed up. Most of you do in squats, I'm assuming. If you do a 4 seconds down, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 2, 1, 2, and then pop up in 2. Crazy hard to do, and it will kill you. But if you do like 8-10 reps of that, I guarantee you're gonna make some leg gains, some squat gains better than you would, doing weeks and weeks of other training protocols, because basically the full tension of the muscle and you're just getting all that down, it really allows you to have great form and apply it the way you should. So, at this point, I just keep hammering the same points home. I'm just ranting at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. But in reality, the best thing you can do in the gym, if you want better results, you wanna avoid injury, you wanna get where you wanna be faster, it's tempo your reps. Know your form and tempo your reps. If you want additional help and you're serious about this, you're serious about getting results, teamfflex.com and try our free trial. One of me or one of my coaches will help you out, show you what you should do, show you how you should tempo it for your goals, all built for you, and it's free. It's crazy if you don't do it, right? So thank you for checking it out. Thank you for being here. Hopefully this helped you. Hopefully you got something out of it. Please subscribe, share, and I'll be back next Tuesday for the Iron Palace to teach you how to build a palace of a physique every single Tuesday right here. Coach Rye is out.